Pisces. This is your December 2022 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, then this is your reading. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in as we wrap up this year. It's Romy here. I'm going to give you some key astrological dates and some intuitive messages to look out for. Pisces, we're opening up with the energy of death. Now, you are going through such an incredible leveling up in your consciousness, and this new unfolding, this new understanding of love and oneness is the state of being that everything is being orientated towards in terms of your soul journey. So the question, I think, is what are you using to distract, to doubt, or to deplete your energy away from that spiritual truth? Now, there's a vulnerability here as she's kind of exposing completely what's beneath the surface. And so there may be, through the course of December, of course it's a sensitive time of year anyway, a feeling on your part of being particularly vulnerable, but at the same time being a witness and somehow accepting to some of the changes that are taking place through the course of this month. You are being invited to seek harmony in the midst of contrast and conflict, because that process of rebirth, decay, destruction, change is messy and at times incredibly uncomfortable. But we want you to remember that, you're as bright and luminous and as golden as you are because of everything that you've weathered through the course of this year. And so as we get to December and we're working in this fellow mutable sign of Sagittarius, there is a desire on your part to really consider the way that you're showing up in the world. And I think there's going to be some big questions. I think you'll be asking for the meaning in what has happened to you through the course of 2022, the meaning of what's going on in the bigger picture of things. And that searching energy, that curiosity, that questioning, it's really important because it's all helping to prepare you for the energy that's set to come through in the course of 2023. Now, Nine of Wands suggests that, of course, at this time of year, there's a depletion and emotional exhaustion, if you like. The feeling that, there's been battle after battle, perhaps in some regards. And this month we're going to welcome the healing and feeling planets going direct. So Neptune in your sign shifting on the 3rd of the month, and also Chiron going direct in Aries on the 23rd. Remember though, the Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance, and so as much change as we feel we're having to still deal with, as much as we're still having to navigate, there's a reminder to keep going and that you're almost there in regards to something. But at the same time, I want to say you have time. There is nothing perfect about any of this, any of the process, any of the emotions that we're feeling, anything that is unfolding around you right now in your pathways. And so as we let go of the need for everything to line up or to fulfill or meet our expectations in a certain way, then we really just invite in the experience of life. And there's thousands of miracles going on within you at any given moment. So if you feel stuck, this is the month to be asking the universe to show you the truth of who you are, the truth of the situation, the truth of what's really going on. And then you're going to start to see some interesting revelations and answers come through. Now we have a full moon in Gemini coming in on the 7th of the month. Again, another mutable energy to be working with. And there's a lot of misinformation perhaps coming to light around that full moon. So you're going to have to sift and sort through what feels true to you and what's merely showing up as a distraction. Now, words have power. Words are spells, and so around that full moon you're being invited to carefully consider the words that you may be choosing to express, the thoughts that you're thinking, but also the conversations you're engaging with and how powerful that is in terms of setting an intention about what comes next for you. Remember, the ego lives in a tension constantly between pleasure and pain, and so if through this month we can be the witness and the observer, and we can remember the tools that we've gained through the course of this last 12 months, I think you can find that sacred pause during that full moon, and you're going to be really glad that you did. At the same time, there's some magic and magnetism around what you have to say of that full moon in Gemini. So again, I feel if there's something important you want to put out in the world, or a significant conversation that you need to be having, it's also likely that around that time you feel very clear about what it is that you have to say or that you feel is necessary to be aired. Now, that would be the right time, because we are going to have Mercury shifting retrograde for the final time this year, and that's going to be taking place on the 29th, but we'll be in shadow from around mid-month. Ace of Wands, I love. This is about the preparation. Yeah, this is about those seeds of new ideas and inspiration. Your body is letting you know. Your thoughts are showing you, your heart is reminding you, don't check out on them this month, because there's something deeply valuable that is set to surprise you in terms of how quickly it can take off, how quickly it can move you forward out of a situation that, again, you may feel stuck. This month it's time to focus on that life force and the flower coming clearly into bloom as you turn the page. It's almost like turning the chapter, a new story, a fresh start, drawing a line. Whatever it is that you can release and let go of through the month of December is going to serve you so incredibly well. And remember, you still get to reimagine life. Yeah, and I almost have this sort of feeling with Pisces this month of why the hell not? Like, I feel like you're saying that to yourself in regards to something. Why not? Why not just do it? Why not just try? Why not just go for it? And definitely in Sagittarius energy, which will be with right up until the 21st, you know, there's that adventurous spark, that need to expand your horizons. Now we have the asteroid goddess Ceres shifting into Libra on the 18th. Remember, she brings that mothering archetypal nourishment. And in Libra, she's concerned with the beauty that resides within. So again, you know, speaking with kindness, bringing compassion and tolerance to a season that often is, you know, a time when we're deeply triggered and we have less patience and less tolerance is going to be incredibly supportive for you. Remember, you can check out my goddess reports to see how the placement of Ceres in your chart might influence how December unfolds. The other thing we want to remind you of course, is Jupiter is still in your sign right up until the 20th. So you've got the gift there at the moment in terms of amplifying some of the hopes and dreams that you have. And as we move into Capricorn energy, remember your 11th house is lit up. Yeah, so your hopes and dreams being reimagined around this time. Now we've got Temperance, which suggests that we need to kind of remind ourselves of the balance and moderation. And let me also tell you that there is some quite powerful squares concerning Jupiter taking place in December. So on the 5th and the 9th, which are going to be while Jupiter's in your sign and flanking that full moon. Now, the message here is don't overcommit, don't stretch yourself, don't get embroiled into something that is going to be incredibly hard to extricate yourself from, because you may want to at some point as you move through or navigate this month ahead. So Temperance brings in a beautiful divine sense of patience. Again, the reminder that you have time. I feel like I keep needing to say that to you this month. You're going to be setting clear new directions for yourself that will be initiated over the next 3 months. So try to consider that as like a broader outlook, if you like. And again, Sagittarius helping you to sort of realize that in a new way. But as Jupiter's in your sign up to the 20th, take advantage of this. Now, as you are reimagining life and perhaps having a little bit of courage to experiment, to try something different, to really feel into a new way of doing something, as we approach the solstice, winter solstice on the 21st, when the sun is going to shift into Capricorn, there is this incredible moment of stillness, and it levels us, truly levels us, and helps to allow this transition where our consciousness is expanding into this new realm of possibilities. And yet you're showing me here, you feel quite stressed, you feel quite unclear about something, and yet you've got your angel wings here. Everything is ready to take off, everything is ready to be explored and to be embraced. The cage door is open, but perhaps we feel a little bit like a bunny in the headlights. You know, it's just almost like through the trauma we may have experienced, the emotional roller coaster that we've been on, the overwhelm of this season. There's something about knowing and being clear about something, having the validation and the signs from Spirit showing up pretty strongly for you. And yet as we approach that 21st of the month, and perhaps in anticipation of the holidays, you're just feeling that sense of wanting to shut down, wanting to protect, and not really wanting to put your head above the parapet. And that's okay. Sometimes we just need to check out and give ourselves, as we say, that sacred moment of celestial stillness. But don't overlook the power of that time in terms of taking charge of your destiny, working with the energy of the natural rhythms of the earth. And remember to check out my solstice activation. That's going to be a really beautiful soul journey for you in the lead up to solstice, to just help you work with that energy. You can find it in my Sacred Soul Support. And by the way, this month we're going to be focusing in the light on a beautiful 2022 soul review. And in the shadow, we're going to be talking about spiritual scarcity, where we feel that fear of not enough, which often through this season can come up in all sorts of ways. Emotional lack, material lack, just the remembrance of things as we nostalgically look back over the year and realize kind of what's here and what's moved out of our life. And the Five of Swords is really indicating here that it is time for us to lay some of those ghosts to rest. Now, again, with Chiron shifting direct on the 23rd, which is the same day as the new moon, right after solstice, is such a powerful time. There is something that you're going to have to come to terms with, but I feel like you're ready to do that. I do feel like you're ready to do that. Now, where we see you almost like hiding part of yourself here with the rose, there's like something about being unsure about kind of fully stepping out and stepping into something. It's almost like if I let go of this memory, of this experience, of this part of myself that's been here, that's carried me, that's fulfilled a fundamental need up to this point. Who am I? Who am I going to be? And that's why I'm saying that there are all these big questions I feel like are going to be surfacing through the month of December. And yet you have to sort of in some ways show your full self. Yeah, this is a time to show your true energy and the essence that you have. Like, this is incredibly important, not for anybody else, Pisces, but for you to make peace, for you to be able to let go, because there's energy that we don't want you to feel you have to carry through into the new year. And we just want to almost release this expectation. I mean, even, astrologically, like, do we even feel the truism of this being the end of the year? For many of you, it may not even feel like it aligns with you deeper in your soul self. And so from that perspective, there's no expectation or weight to have everything achieved by that moment of the end of the year. So there's patterns that we want to let go of. There's maybe a little bit of a disappointment coming through in the course of this month. And again, some of that stress being exercised in different ways. But what we're also looking at is that the potential and the richness of that energy coming through with the ace is showing you all the potential. So I need you to be looking in that direction. And I need you to be recognizing who you are and what you bring to the table. Even if somebody else can't see it or other people are not aware of it, it kind of matters not. It's about what you think towards yourself. And I actually feel that with the energy of that perseverance that we have coming through with the 9, you're going to get to the other side of that transformative energy of death, and the rebirth comes in. Now we have beautiful fire dragon energy working with us through the month of December. These elemental beings here to help transmute and to help lift and raise consciousness. And so you can call in your fire dragon to help support you with that devotion over the doubt, to clear your light body and your energy field. This is going to be really important. And with that temperance energy, I'm almost seeing you letting something go. Even if you feel like it's not necessarily toxic or particularly, bad for you, there's still this reminder of just like, well, where are my priorities? What really matters? And I'm going to have to give myself permission to invest my energy and my time and dedicate myself to this particular thing. Now, around the holiday season, we're seeing a sort of bit of a roller coaster energy around you, but at the same time, you getting what you need to be able to maintain that sense of harmony through the contrast and the conflict. So keep that in mind. Plus, Jupiter really supporting, as we say, the amplification of the things that you want to draw in to support you feeling the best version of yourself. Okay, use that new moon in Capricorn coming in on the 23rd to really lay the foundations. Yeah, and recognize all of those miracles that are taking place within you at any given moment. And what we're really sort of picking up through the course of this month for you is, I think there's going to be like many options to handle a situation that I feel is going to be, it's almost like they're showing me it arises at the beginning of the month, it may quieten down, and then there's a big resurgence sort of that comes up between the sort of 18th, 22nd, okay? So you almost get like a heads up of it right at the beginning of December. Now, what I want you to remember when that resurgence energy, like when it comes back up, because it's going to feel even stronger and even more powerful, and there might be a part of you that's like, oh, I wish I'd dealt with that at the beginning of the month. Don't worry, because there's going to be something in the in-between that you needed that's going to sort of prepare you or give you a necessary contact or the support or the wherewithal to know how to handle it. So the timing of this is very specific, is what my guides are saying. And what you learn from this experience is absolutely, utterly invaluable. In fact, I think it's going to make a huge difference as to bigger choices that you make over the next 3 months pertaining to yourself, how you want to show up in the world, things that you're working on or that you're a part of, where work or career is concerned, but also in key relationships and how you manage and handle those in relation to things that you're trying to achieve for yourself. Okay, so there's a couple of interesting unfolding situations that are going to really impress upon you the need to kind of stay secure and clear in what your vision is. Now, we've pulled the last 3 cards. If you're new to the channel, we do cover these off in the extended version of my reading, which you can find the link for in the description box underneath. We talk for another 25-30 minutes or so to give you deeper insight into the month ahead. I'm just going to invite you to think about a personal question right now, and we're going to pull a couple of cards for you in regards to that, Pisces. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, so I'm just going to go and clarify your main reading. It's going to give us a heads up as to the direction we'll be taking this reading in the extended for you. So beginning with that energy of death, coming through with the 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. We've got the energy of the Moon, 2 of Wands. About that Ace, beautiful energy of Sun, love that. 9 of Cups, nice. That's your silver lining coming through this month. Judgment, showing up a lot in this month's soul stories. And another Temperance. Can't force anything. Remember, we're still dealing with this Mars retrograde energy. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place is the phrase that's coming through for you. Wheel of Fortune though, interesting. 6 of Swords. Page of Swords, let's put one more there. 3 of Cups, okay. All the decks that I use, Pisces, are listed again in the comment and the description box underneath. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you some oracle cards now for your month of December. This is my deck, Life Soul Vision Oracle. You can check out all of the cards over on my website, link in the description box. Thanks so much for those of you that have been investing and all the feedback that you've been giving me for how you're enjoying working with them. It's great to hear. Okay, you have the energy of the gathering. Makes sense for this time of year, but we'll share more details with you on that one. And Priestess of the Light Oracle, what do we have for Pisces for December? What I'm also going to be doing this month is a bonus love reading for all different situations that you may be in right now, and you'll be able to access that if you are purchasing all 12 soul stories. That will be a 30-minute reading to give you deeper insight for December. Divine Feminine, beautiful, magnetic, receptive power. Love that. And let's pull an Archangel energy, Angels of Atlantis deck here. I'm also going to be doing a little card pull for 2023 in the extended version of your reading this month, Pisces, just to give you a little heads up as to key themes that we're picking up for you for next year. Okay, what is your angel energy? Beautiful. Archangel Michael, I am presence. That's lovely. And a reminder, I also do the angel readings that you'll be able to check out over my website. Really beautiful gifts for yourself or for other people during this festive season. But Pisces, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been with me throughout 2022, I appreciate and value your support so much. I wish you a beautiful, peaceful season. If you're joining me for the extended, we will carry this cosmic conversation on and give you some deeper insights for the month ahead. You take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you again in 2023.